Hello students, this is your teacher Mrs. C. Williams-Massey, and today we will be talking about the volumetric pipette. If you're watching the American videos, you will hear them pronounce it pipette, but in Jamaica we call them pipette. So if you look at the markings here, you will see that this volumetric pipette can transfer 25 cm cubes or 25 mils of fluid. The error associated with that reading is plus or minus 0.04. To the side, you will see that the temperature of the liquid that goes in this pipette now should not exceed, say, 20 degrees Celsius. Ideally, should not exceed that. This mark right here is, of course, the meniscus line. So when you're transferring your liquid, the meniscus should sit on that line right there. That is the only way you'll know that you're transferring 25 cm cubes of liquid. So I'm going to do a transfer for you. But before I do that, I just talk about the pipette filler that you'll be using in the lab. This pipette filler right here, we have a wheel and you roll it down so that this goes up. When this is going up, there's a suction force that is created with the pipette that will pull the fluid in the pipette. If you want to release the liquid in the pipette, you press this lever right here. Let us attach the pipette filler to the pipette. We're going to do it securely. You're not going to force it off, force it on and break it. No, you're not going to do that. So what you're going to do is just gently put it on, and you should not hold it like this, no, because it might fall out. We're not going to hold the bulb. This is the bulb of the pipette. We're not going to hold the bulb because our body heat can transfer and heat the liquid that's on the inside of it. And sometimes it's not just water that you'll be using in the lab. So when you're doing your pipetting or you're filling your pipette, this is operated just like a straw. So once you wheel this down, then of course a suction is created that will pull the liquid up into the pipette. At this point, what you can do is actually use this lever right here to transfer it, but I prefer to use my index finger. So I'm going to take the pipette filler off it and stopper the liquid in there with my index finger. And I'm going to gently move my index finger across. Remember, you're supposed to use your index finger, not your thumb. At this point in time, we're not supposed to jerk the pipette because if you see, I've introduced air bubbles in there. So you're not supposed to jerk the pipette when you're doing that. That air is occupying that volume that the liquid should be occupying. So of course, I'll have to get rid of that air bubble or those air bubbles. All right. And I'm going to refill so that the meniscus is resting on that line. At this point, we're going to sit down because we're not on punishment when we're doing our practical activities, no. Oops, I wasn't paying attention. Don't let this be you. Alright, so you have to take the pipette out of the liquid because if it's submerged in that liquid, what happens is that the fluid level will actually rise. So when you're reading it, you'll be on the meniscus, and if you take it out, that meniscus will be now below that line. And of course, you read at eye level. Not below, not above, but at eye level. So now the meniscus is on the line and we're transferring. We can twirl it so that a vortex is created. However, when it reaches about here, then I'm just simply going to touch the pipette to the side of the conical flask and it drains it properly. This drop that you see in here, you're not supposed to jerk the pipette and try to get it out. Do not blow into the pipette to try and get it out. Do not attach the filler to the pipette to try and get it out. This droplet right here is this error that's associated with the pipette. And that is how you use a pipette. Thank you.